Greetings, this is your buddy Jim, and it's Wednesday morning, and we're going to feed the pigs. Excuse me. This is going to be a little bit more traditional slop this week. We got purchases, I got a little simple machining project, a couple still photos, and this sort of update. So I think this ought to be real good for you. So I want you to sit back and enjoy the video, gather everybody around the widescreen, and get the kitties and the dog and the cat and your friends, and sit back and enjoy a little machining there. Just straightforward machine, as little machining and some purchases, what's going on. There'll be a couple pictures of the race car I think is going to go in here. I have to get all my stuff together. So this just a typical mix for a Wednesday pig feed. Sit back and enjoy it, and we will hope you'll have a lot of fun watching it with us. So this is no further ado, let's start feeding the piggies. Hey folks, I've discovered, since I started working on race cars, I have some holes in some stuff. These are all basically deep well sockets here that I just don't have full metrics set up for. In case you don't realize, we're working on Monte Carlo, and that was that version that our good old friends at Government Motors, and you know I'm not a Chevy man, decided to mix the parts up. Part metric, part standard. Most everything in engine standard, everything in stupid car is metric. So, and there's so much stuff that's metric on our cars today that I've got a lot of stuff. What I did is I went through and ordered just out of loose stock the metric sockets I was missing in deep well. And this ain't quite all of them, but that's the majority of them. And also, I got some other things to show you too that I bought. One is this paint roller, and this is for my tire usage. We put a lot of simple green on tires, but our tires are so narrow, the big roller is sort of a waste. This is a cheap paint roller. And so with all that being said, let's move on to some other stuff. About 3 or 4 signs here that's going on outside the shop that I bought at the auction. And the very bottom one, my madam bought, and it's a political sign, and I'm not going to insult anybody. I have my political views, and I'm going to keep them to myself because politics is a subject you can get into that you're going to tick somebody off, all well-meaning. So there we are with signs. Remember I showed you all the sockets that I got the other week? Well, that's why. You'll see how all of them's filled up now up on the upper end of the 1/2 inch on the metric side. And then there I'll swing over, and then right here, these 2 end ones here is a large deep wells I needed too. So I just sort of got all that filled up too. So there we go. And there's 2 big jack stands. I picked these up at the auction at a little bit of a discounted price. I just need extra jack stands, and we're going to be doing some rearranging here at the home place. And what we're going to do is make us a place to keep our race car in. And right now the plan is, unless it changes, to clean the garage out that's attached to the house as a workspace for the race car. So that's what we're going to be working on here, and we're going to try to do that. And the main reason behind that is this Chris and I just had a long discussion over it, and that's about another $10,000–$12,000 to put together a metal building, and that's just a lot of money that's to come out of retirement funds, so, or property sales. So I think we're going to do something else on that. So there's the items this week, and we're going to be moving right on to a project here in just a minute. Now I'm making one of these breather nuts, like breather assemblies, like I made the other week. the video of, and this one's for a customer who's seen the video. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to show you how I cut tapers, short tapers on the compound. So first thing to do is get the lay set up. If you'll notice, I have a tool that slides on high. Mutual Kim made one on his, but I found that the slide works pretty good for me. I always put my hand on it. And this is how I start. There's no size to this. I'm just going to cut a taper. This is a 5-degree taper, what this is. So good right there. See, all this is approximation, by the way. I don't know how much you can see up on the machine, but that's kind of what we got. That is a complete saw logs, racing components, breather assembly. This one is for a customer, and I made it similar to the one that you've seen in the video several weeks ago. There's one change I made, and I went ahead and turned this to about 7/16 instead of leaving it a little big for the flats. This way the wrench can fit over it a little better. So that's the kind of the plan there. That's going to be put in the mail and mailed out to the customer. So, and a little background on this, when I post a lot of videos, some things that's racing related goes to other Facebook groups, and this particular gentleman seen this on Facebook group and asked me what it would take for me to make him one, and I gave him a price and he agreed. So I think it's going to Indiana actually. Okay, a while back I showed where I bent this up and put it on my toolbox because the latchet got broke. You'll see there's a dent right there. And if you'll notice right over here on the outer edges, you see these bolts that's to it. Let me open the toolbox up and show you what I did. Okay, I don't know how well the lighting's going to show this. It's kind of hard for me to see it with the outside light. You'll notice I took some pipe, a PVC drain pipe, and bolted to the inside of the toolbox, so these tools will stay in place. And we're going to put we'll put a drive on, we'll put a socket drive on the ratchet thing, so it'd be handy. But that way those power tools are stored and they don't rattle around in the box or anything like that. So, you know, that's just something we did, and it just makes sense. So I thought I'd show that. I didn't show cutting them. You've seen me cut these before. It's basically the same thing as what's inside the shop, except the tools are flipped the opposite direction and they're hung up on the side like that. So there we go. All right, I'm working on a little project. We're going to put in a decorative fireplace, and we're going to set it on a piece of furniture. And if you'll notice right there is one of the metal legs, and that's what they supply. So what I'm going to do is, you know, I've got a good bit of Darrow in it. So I'm going to take this piece of black Delrin and make some decorative legs, or pads that we're going to bolt to these legs. So the first step's to lay this out, then we're going to saw it, then we're going to mill it, you know, just and drill them out. So here we go. So right there it's laying, and all I'm going to do is I've just slayed it up here, and I'm going to take about 1/8 of an inch and make me a little mark with the scribe, and then I'm going to get on this side of it, make another 1/8 of an inch mark with the scribe, and then I'm just going to take a carpenter square and draw me a line to saw this with. So I'll find my carpenter square. Oh, I see it's laying right up here. I got these race tires in the floor. We're working on them. My nephew's been in the shop here. We've been painting the Hoosier on them, so it's kind of something I have to work around. So let me get this and I'll get back to you in a second. Sometimes I do things as a mix of carpentry and machining. And a good old carpenter square is a handy little tool to have for stuff like this. So what I'm going to do is lay this first one out. And the purpose of laying it out just a little bigger is so I can mill this stuff up. Alright. Then I'm going to cut this one and then use this one for a pattern. Here's the setup. We just got the mill set up. About 800 RPM. I've got it set right up to clear. We're going to go right across this fairly quickly. And I'll just put a shell mill in. In fact, this is one that my buddy Tom gave me from Hilltop. I set it to the lowest side, touched it, took 20 extra thousandths. We're going to just take a quick pass down it just like you see. What that's going to do for us is clean this right up, hopefully. Get us a nice true surface here. Clean, pretty looking. If it don't, we'll take a pass over the other direction, clean it up. After all, these are going in the house, they're going to be legs. No one will look through. Now if you was a woodchuck, you could probably use your planer to do the same thing, but I'm a machinist. So I got a mill, and that mill, that sure ain't hurting that car by milling the other, so we're just taking a little swipe down it, clean it right up. Cleans up, we'll deburr it, flip it over, and do the other side. Hey, side 2, second verse. To get these perfectly square, I'll flip them over the side, stick an end mill down it, and we'll roll down the end, true them up. I'll check these for width as soon as these come off. I may cut some more off. By now I'm going to clean them and then we'll see where we at. So we'll see. Okay, now I'm just going to run over the edge of this. Excuse me, kicking the camera. And clean this end up good. Check that, see if it's clean. Pretty. Nope. So it's got a little dent in it. I'll get this end clean. We'll go do the other. Okay, there's the finished product. Basically, it's just a square block for this to sit on. And I didn't show cutting the screws off and shortening them and all that jazz, because quite frankly, you've seen it. There's nothing, no earth shattering. But that's it. That way when it sets on that counter, it won't be sitting on metal. That'll make me happy. Okay guys, this is a copyright production, James Deadman, Saw Logs Plastic Hubs. I hope you enjoyed today's little pig feeding adventure. typical. This is more of what the slop usually is. I've really got some time to do some other stuff, and it's really worked out for me and made it what I consider a little more traditional of my Wednesday videos. So hope you enjoyed it. Like I always tell you, like, comment, subscribe. Please do all three. If you're already a subscriber, make a comment. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you enjoyed what we're doing. We're not a bunch of comedians around here, and no disrespect for anybody else. And I wanted to throw that in. Now, some guys, they like entertainment, and they like the way things are done in other channels, and there's no real problem with that. In fact, that's just those people's personalities. Unfortunately, I'm not saying I don't enjoy a good laugh, but I'm just more like, hey, this is how we do things here. And I hope you enjoy my approach. If it's not for you, hey, there's other guys out there that are a little more entertaining. Just go on by and pay them a visit. You know, it's what your speed is. This is not a complaint, it's the truth. Everybody in this world, my dad used to say, looks at things a different way. And people come to YouTube machining channels for either one or two things, entertainment or knowledge. I try to work on the knowledge side. You know, my Wednesday videos is more of a blog, but that's tend to be my philosophy. Other creators want to entertain you a little more, and that's really good. So that's what the beauty of YouTube is. The beauty of YouTube is we're all individuals, and you're coming to our channels because you're an individual. So I just want to appreciate all the people who sign up, subscribe, comment to my videos. It really makes me feel good. No further ado, we'll see you in that next video. I hope you all the family, the dogs, cats, and everybody enjoyed the video. And we'll have some more slop for you next week. So until next week on Wednesday or next Friday when I put out a regular machining video, I hope you all have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Till that next video, have a great day.